Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome to Rise Up Breathwork. This is the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers offering to you our weekly sound bath and breathwork session. Oh my gosh, so today, Matt, I have been a little bit emo. For one thing, I have been really enjoying the meteor shower that's been happening the last couple of nights. I don't know if you've gotten out there under the stars, but I think just because I've spent so much time in nature. I was at the beach yesterday. I mean, we're having this like amazing heat wave here in New England, and I've gotten so much vitamin D and so much energy from the cosmos. Last night I was actually practicing open eye meditation on a blanket out in my yard and just looking up at the sky. And have you ever tried open eye meditation?
All the time.
Yeah, it's wild. I had never really thought to meditate with my eyes open, and I find it much easier to do in the dark.
Another cool thing to do is, particularly this time of year when the leaves are off the trees, is that open eye meditation, like looking up at all the limbs of trees, and that's like also really beautiful.
Well, that was what was remarkable last night. Was actually the leaves were falling.
In that too.
And it was like, at first I was like thinking it was creatures. But you know, the tree spirits were definitely talking to me, so that was really, really magical. So I've just been super grateful for this amazing weather. And today is my baby's birthday. Nathan Ray is turning 10. I can't even believe it. This month has been so full of ceremony for me, starting with September 22nd, exactly a month ago. We had a wedding, and since then I've had a funeral and birthdays, and all of these occasions have heightened emotions. However, for me it always comes back to love. So I have just been really trying to shower my people with love and reminding myself that every day is not promised. Like you never know if tomorrow is, or today is your last day. So anyway, celebrate whenever you have a chance to. And I'm so grateful for these moments of stillness, because the world sometimes feels like it's moving so fast, and especially lately, like the conspiracies, like my news feed, I'm like so ready to quit social media. It's like not even funny. So bringing it back to stillness is really important to me, because it's easy to get wrapped up in the BS. I'm wondering what's real, what isn't real. Is that AI? Is that fake news? Is that real news? It's been a little bit out of control lately, I feel like. So again, these moments of stillness and the gratitude that I have for the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers is immense, because as I look at the future and I look at my kids, I mean, they're my why. Finding a stable, fun, loving community of people that give a little bit less F's about what's going on in the greater picture, and releasing things that we can't control has been instrumental in me not losing my mind, because as a mom you can go crazy watching the news, and you can ask yourself, why did I bring kids into this world, right? But then we find these peaceful moments, and then we're like, okay, you know what, we're just here to love, we're just here to go with the flow and be part of the collective consciousness in some kind of positive aspect, right? Because it's all we can do, and at least that's what I'm trying to do. So because of this church and because of your support, we have some events coming up this week that you might find interesting. Sarah and Christine will be doing a sacred sound bath on Friday night here at 63 Washington Street. Come on down, bring anything to make yourself comfortable, pillow, blanket. We do have some of that kind of stuff, yoga mats, whatever, but yeah, just come as you are. And then on Saturday, we have DJ Ray. He's here almost every Saturday for our little DJ support group known as Soul Saturday. And last week, oh my gosh, we had so much fun. The Reverend took to the altar. He's an amazing DJ. It was one of my favorite sets of the year, just because it was so eclectic and so many amazing remixes of some of my favorite songs. So thank you to the DJs for your service. Coming to the chapel to raise the vibration has been growing, and it's been such an amazing experience building this community. So we could not do this without the TJs. We also have the book club on Sunday, 11 to 1. We are still plugging away at the yamas and the niyamas. I have to admit, I have to actually find the book. I've been kind of not a good book student, but it's not really shocking. And then Halloween night, I just want to throw it out there. We are going to go out to Central Square and do some dancing. It's not like an officially church-sponsored event, but I think a lot of us are going to be going down. They're going to be having a costume contest. And so 2 of the DJs that were here over the last month will be at the Phoenix Landing on Halloween night. And the Phoenix Landing holds a special place in my heart because it's where I met my husband. And so, yeah, if you want to come down and dance with us, that would also be a really fun time to connect with some of the members. Anything else? I'm forgetting. Of course, tomorrow, our midweek reset with Anna. Oh, I know something fun that we have coming up, and actually I need to get my ticket. So on November 1st, we're going to go to the Franklin Park Zoo, and we're going to check out the Boston Lights lantern
that looks
exhibit.
really cool.
It looks really cool. I'm really wishing and hoping it's a night that is going to be warm, like last night. But I think we're all going to aspire to get the 7:30 ticket, and it's going to be kid-friendly. So usually our Friday night integrated recovery practices group is, adults only. It's a support group of sorts with a tagline that we're all recovering from something, because I was noticing a lot of the recovery groups are very specific, like you're in recovery from alcohol, you're in recovery from narcotics, or you're in recovery from, something very specific. But I wanted to open it up to say we are all recovering on a daily basis from, something, right? It's probably the only thing we have in common as humans. So yeah, pcsam.org. Check out our events page, check out our Soul Saturday page, and if you feel called, do please become a member, because that is how we are able to support the space and the programming that we are providing you. So if you find value in it, smash that membership button. So Matt, today you were going to have me lay out, I see, on the yoga mat. We're going to do some breathing.
Yeah, we'll do some breathing and a little imagery today. Because I think like a part of what you were saying too is like I don't know what you're talking about when you say news and stuff like that, because I totally don't pay attention and don't care. Yeah, I only pay attention in a very super light way, not to the point to where it annoys me. But I think a part of it's like, well, isn't it about creating like love and yes this, but isn't it also about like, are we going to create like a new world? And like, do we want to keep staying on this pathway? And so I think a part of it's like we'll do a little imagery and kind of like paint a picture of something that is you hold close to yourself, and anyone out there listening, to something that maybe you desire, a change that you want, something you would like to have in your life. And then we're just gonna create like a very detailed picture of that. And breathe into that a little bit.
So some kind of manifesting?
Yeah, manifesting, and imagery is a form of that.
Right, it helps.
But to also like help bring it to life.
Right.
A little bit, and to really picture like what we want. And sometimes, like even like what you want for your kids, or like for yourself, or for the collective group here, or for the collective. Yeah. All right. It can be anything.
I love this game. Well, it's true that your thoughts have way more power than you think, for sure. So
and if we bring it to life a little bit deeper, then maybe we can make it a little bit more real.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll just invite everyone just to find like a comfortable position.
Even though life is but a dream.
And
I said we're gonna make it real, even though life is but a dream.
Exactly. And just as you're stretching, as you're settling in, as you're moving, just bring your awareness to your breathing. And I think for right now is, are you breathing into the stomach? And for the next few moments, I'm going to invite you to have awareness to your breath. But without thinking about it, can we drop thought, words, or even attuning our mental attention to, am I breathing into the stomach? So if we take thought out of the picture, it simply leaves us with feeling. So just for a moment, an invitation to drop into feeling and knowing through how the body's moving, like maybe feeling the rise and fall of the stomach or belly button. Just feeling the breath. Feeling into the silence. Feeling even into what's touching you. The floor, the mat, your clothes. And just feeling all the sensations of lying down or sitting. How is the air? Is the air cool? Is it warm? Is it neutral? Feeling even into the sounds. How do this? We don't have to define sound. But can we feel the vibration of the sound, regardless of what you hear on top of my voice in this bowl? Trucks, birds, door opening or shutting, maybe voices in another room. It's just all vibration. Just feel into sound. Feel into your setting, the surface that you lay upon. Feeling the breath. We do have a choice to keep things more simple. If you are seeing or watching things or bringing your awareness to certain things, what's a tool that you can use to maybe help regulate your system? Maybe you're just tuning into parts of the news or whatever. And so for a lot of people that can be super triggering. So what do we do? Well, maybe before you make a conscious choice to flick on the TV or your phone, maybe inviting in a minute of just your breath. Just tune into the breath, allow for the breath to maybe start the new activity with a higher sense of balance, or maybe just feeling neutral. Meet the activity from a state of balance within our nervous system, within our body, of relaxation. Also a balance within our energy, the energy that's in us, and the energy that is out and around us, our energy body. And then as you make that conscious choice to watch something or witness something, whatever it is, isn't it possible that I can maintain the awareness of my breath while I'm making this conscious choice to possibly watch or listen to something that might trigger me? So can I meet it from a balanced state and not maybe allow for it to take control of my system, my energy, to rob me of feeling good. Because what is the purpose of you choosing something like that? I guess the elections are somewhat close. I'm not too sure when they are, but that might be pretty triggering for a lot of people. So, we can meet it. And then if we're feeling triggered and maybe we're not controlling our system anymore, what do we do then? Well, we could pause from listening to the news feed for a second. The way TVs are, I think you can pretty much pause them nowadays, or the phone. And just take a break for a second. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. It can just be for like 2 or 3 breaths, and bring yourself back into balance, and then go ahead and finish whatever it is that you're choosing to bring your awareness to. So I hope that was something that sits well for the audience. I'm just exploring and now just taking a nice deep breath into the stomach, feeling this stomach fill completely. Maybe doing a light breath hold, or maybe not at the end of it, and then just exhaling everything out, and just repeating like a full inhale, like 2 or 3 times. Maybe allowing for the breath to escape through the mouth. And discovering like the energy of who you are, like just remembering that everything is energy. The energy that's within us, within our physical compartment, and the energy that is out and around us. And so common things I see with people, like when we find a state of balance, a state of flow, a state of being in your truth, is like really feeling the energy. We feel taller, we feel more expansive or bigger, we feel more tingly or alive, and we might really feel, say, the palms of the hands and maybe even the soles of the feet feel more active. We feel lighter, maybe not as physical. We might be in between, like a little bit of the physical state, a little bit of the more floaty state of being energy. So the more we can meet things from this state and find this quickly. I was working with someone yesterday, and I was like, well, how fast can you find this? Like, can you find it? Like, in 1 or 2, can we bring ourselves to this state with 1 breath? And now from this sensation, this feeling, what is one thing to bring into your mind that you would like in your life? have something grow and become more expansive. Maybe you're being uprooted. Maybe there's a situation within the family, and it might be something more collective around the family or immediate family, or maybe even for someone else. And just bring that image or the thought to your mind. And then so with imagery, it's just like painting a picture. So whatever this is for you, I invite you to start creating like the images of it. So maybe, I don't know, let's just say, just beginning to paint like a real picture of it, including the colors. Be very detailed, like the more detailed you are, the more real you're making it. So we're just starting off with a visual painting. So if it's an outdoor space, an indoor space, just starting to create like the walls, the floor, the furniture, maybe the color of the walls. Maybe are you in the country? Is that a setting or is it a city setting? Are there people moving around? Is there a conversation? Really making it as real as you can. We can add certain things. We can add smells that might be present. We can add how certain things may feel. Maybe there's a breeze. Sound in the space. Or with whatever story you're painting a picture of. Can you begin to see it within the mind? If you can't, then just keep imagining it and saying it with words. Whatever works for you is correct. There's nothing incorrect here. Some of us might see colors, some of us might be able to feel it. Some of us may just have to keep just saying, I smell roses. And some of us may be able to smell it, and some of us may not, and that's okay. It doesn't really matter as long as we're just bringing it into the picture. And maybe if we repeat this enough, we may begin to feel the sensations of it a little bit deeper. Imagery is very powerful. You can even have like a whole event and start living it. So one time I was coaching my girls cross country team, and we were racing the number 4 team in the country, and we had to go out to Michigan for this meet. And all the girls, in order for us to win this meet, because I had it figured out that we could win by 1 point, but everyone had to run a little bit differently than what they're used to, and so they didn't like that. And so thankfully I was smart enough to start the imagery with the breathing like 2 months before the race. Right before the race, like a week before, I wasn't 100% sure if they were going to buy into it. And then the captain came up to me one day and said, "Can we meet with you after practice?" I was like, "Sure. What's up?" She looks at me in the eyes and says, "We're having a dream." So all 7 girls were having the exact same dream of the race. And then on the race day, that dream came true, and exactly how the dream went, exactly how the imagery went, it happened in real life, and they won by 1 point. Imagery is a very powerful tool. And even so, sometimes when I work with people one-on-one now, we go pretty detailed with some imagery. I've been doing that lately with 1 or 2 people to help discover and create it a little bit deeper. If you have trouble sleeping, you could use the imagery that you're creating now, or even a new one, and start focusing in on that as you fall into sleep. Maybe imagery of good health as we prep for sleep. And at least that way we're maybe focusing on something that just kind of makes us drift away. It's not activating the nervous system. If we're thinking about the day and the events of the day, then we're kind of activating where we may struggle to fall into that rest. And what a better way to bring whatever it is that you're creating into that sleep state. So you can use imagery you can also, on your own, write about it. What it is that you want to create. Maybe even speaking it out loud. And so even if we were to start speaking it out loud, right? Say you just write it out and you also want to speak it out to the universe, or just speak it out loud. One thing that I would side on with caution with is how are you writing and what are you saying? Meaning, are you speaking? In a question mark type sentences. If I had, when I get, those 2 phrases are about speaking into the future. So I would caution you to not speak in such a manner, but to speak in the present moment of having it. I am abundant with this. Create the reality of the imagery now. It is real. It is this real thing. No question marks. Make it very real. And remember that your tongue is like a magic wand. It can be nice to have like a guided meditation that's specific as well to what you're creating a picture of. But if we work on this daily, if one was to choose to work on this daily, and speak it, in time, the universe has no choice but to give it to you. Because it's so real, and we're a magnet drawing it closer and closer. And when we're in that state of no self-sabotage, no question marks, and we're really feeling the energy of this thing as you create this picture, like how does it make you feel? Are you full of love? Are you relaxed? Is it exciting? So it's not just about the images and the pictures, the smells, the colors, the sounds. But when we strip it down into another layer, it's also about the feelings and the sensations that come up with this event. Just like for Nathan, like an easy sensation is like when he's opening maybe some gifts today for his 10th birthday. The sensations, the excitement of the unknown, right? And for a child, that's just so exciting. As well as for adults and older people. You don't have to define anything by age either. invitation, if you're still working on this imagery, to maybe put it into a folder, maybe to put it into a part of the brain, maybe to imagine yourself hitting like the save button. Maybe knowing that maybe this is something that you'd like to come back to once or several times during the day. Maybe even a way to help us find sleep quicker. To create and to keep creating the image that you started this morning. And then just gently putting it away, letting it go, breathe it out, and returning to a state of how you're feeling in this moment after this creation, and just going back into your energy in this particular moment in time. And just feeling the energy that has been created within your system. Maybe you feel a little bit different after creating this image or this event. Maybe there's even a sense of excitement or possibility within how you feel in this moment. And then just taking a moment in the stillness. And just an invitation to sit with your energy. To be comfortable. What if you could be comfortable just sitting still in the energy of what was created? What if you could even sit still in an energy that is of discomfort? Because that's what drives us to reaching outside of us to feel comfortable. Like all of our gadgets, our phones, our drinking, our drugging, like it's all just a way to feel good. What if we never had to use anything again except our thoughts and awareness to how we feel? What if we could just become comfortable sitting and being in the presence of yourself? Because really, everything is reaching out to make us feel a little bit better. Because we haven't learned to sit. You know, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, and she kind of met someone new, and I was like, you know, as you get to know this person, like, take notice of how comfortable silence is between the two of you. Because if the silence feels really good, then you probably have something pretty special there. And so just gently bring yourself back into your room, into your space. Maybe just taking a deep breath in. Really maybe letting the exhale out. Maybe inviting in movement. Maybe inviting in just that awareness of your breath as you bring movement and enter your space. And just a gentle reminder to maybe set yourself again of what I was talking about in the beginning, especially as we go through this election thing.
Election thing.
I stopped feeling
I
so
like
long
how
ago.
you call it the election thing.
Nate asked me who I was going to vote for.
Yeah.
And when I told him I was going to write myself in as president, I told Naomi too. She was like, right on, Mom. I didn't know you could do that. I was like, babe,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
you can. Every vote counts.
Yeah.
Oh, the election
That's true.
thing.
But I think, like if we do kind of like maybe plan, like when we do like look at whatever it is that people are looking at. And if we bring our balance and, maybe that'll help. Maybe. Unless people just can't control their triggers.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I love about kids, right? And spending time with my kids is they don't care about politics. They don't care about drama and like things that are going on in the, the world. And not that I don't care. In fact, actually, I care so much that I need to actually tell you about our fundraisers. So we have several fundraisers going on. Stanley actually just built out a charity page on iriebliss.com, which is, if anybody knows me, I also have a for-profit business called Irie Bliss Wellness. And my mission has always been really to illuminate the ways in which specifically hemp can, be part of the solution of pollution and sustainability, because hemp is a very sustainable crop. It can be used for food, fiber, fuel, fabric. I have been a hemp activist since 1991. At the ripe old age of 13, I wrote my first 5-page paper about how hemp could save the world. So this is not a new passion of mine, but I use this platform, to also illuminate, other charities that are doing really good work. And so Green Network Providers is my plant medicine 501c that I'm the president of, and we are on a mission to empower folks to take control of their own healing, to really go into their doctor's appointments with accurate information about alternative ways to potentially heal that might be a little bit outside of the scope of Western medicine. And I'm not gonna lie, Green Network Providers has been struggling just like a lot of other businesses in terms of donations are just down, like in America right now. Like people don't have a lot of extra money. So we are taking our power back, and we have been collecting donation items, and we're working with Savers. So Savers has a program for nonprofits whereby if you collect items and bring them in, we will actually receive a donation, a monetary donation for those items, because of course they're going to be resold in the stores. So we are currently collecting clothes, shoes, books other than textbooks and encyclopedias, small household appliances, anything in good working order, gently used things. And I even have a storage unit. I have a 10 by 20 storage unit, and our goal is to collect 1,000 bags. And so this is the perfect time of year to clean out your closet, because Christmas is coming. So you got to make room for all that stuff you're going to get that you didn't even know you needed. And so, so we are officially collecting from 11 to 6 Monday through Friday here at 63 Washington Street, and also from 12 to 3 on Saturdays. So this fundraiser is ongoing. It does not end until December 6th or 7th, that weekend. And we are looking for partners. If you have a brick and mortar store, if you have a dispensary, if you have a storage unit and you have some extra room in it or some extra stuff in it, reach out to us, because we want to help you, make space. And also we would like to find some other partners, other business partners, to get involved, because the more of us that are reaching out to our networks and our newsletter mailing list, the more people we will have donate. So, and I even had friends in Maine from high school drop some stuff off at the church up north. Yeah, so people are paying attention, which is really, encouraging, and people want to help people still, I think, in general these days. So yeah, and then Kathleen Parker of Madcap Moksha, she has organized some gift boxes. And so if you go to my Instagram and go to my link tree, you can find out more information about how to purchase one of these gift boxes, in which we have donated some items, Kathleen and myself, and it's only $20 to enter to win. So, and Kathleen can probably speak a little bit more about the organizations that she's supporting. And in fact, if you go to the Madcap Moksha page, you will be able to find her video where she talks about the humanitarian organizations that she has found that we are also, combining efforts to support. So my first effort is a little bit more on the local level. Hers is a little bit more on the global scale. But, no matter what you're doing to try to be part of the light, just do something. Just freaking get up and say, hey, today, who can I help? Like, who can I support? Maybe that will help you get out of your own way and, not ruminate in the past. Being grateful for what you have is an awesome way to then say, hey, how can I share this with somebody else who might need a helping hand? So that's what we're doing over here. We're fundraising. So again, iriebliss.com/charities. You can learn more about our ongoing efforts for 2024. And again, pcsam.org is the official People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers website. We would be super grateful for everybody to, support the program and come by. Also, Matt has his Wednesday vibe check tomorrow at 6.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no, this week we're taking the week off.
Yeah,
Never mind, I lied. We're taking the week off.
We'll come back next week.
But next week we will be back, yes. And good timing,
I'm
Matt.
going to my own concert.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
and it's going to be beautiful weather for dancing and moving and shaking.
Yeah, so I'll be back up next Wednesday.
Okay.
And and I'm excited to go enjoy some music. Because I don't go to a lot of concerts anymore. I used to go to a lot of shows, but I'm not as interested.
Unless it's really...
Unless it's something that's these guys are super young. They're out of Paris and they're trying to find their way. So I love seeing bands when they're in that groove of finding their pathway.
Yeah, like a sprout.
There's nothing like that.
They're sprouting.
The energy of that.
Yeah, I love it.
And I do love that also for the Green Network system, providers, that it's not about money. It's more about it's money coming to the program, but it's about more giving. Let's clean house instead of spring cleaning. Let's spring clean before the end of the year, and donate that stuff, and because then it can really go to something good.
Yeah,
and really help out that.
It's good for your mental health to clean out your stuff, and then what we're going to do with the money is create a patient fund for those who are in need who cannot afford our consultations. Yeah. So we have several different consultations on there. You can go to greennetworkproviders.com to learn more about that. But we just know a lot of our services are not covered by insurance, and so we don't want to, we want to help everybody as much as we possibly can afford what we do. And pay the nurses too. So that always helps getting a paycheck, right, guys? Well, thank you for tuning in if you're still here, and join us next week, same time, same place, 11 a.m. for Rise Up Breathwork.
Enjoy. Bye.